Hey, Joe here. Today I wanted to just quickly show you how to use this custom unit called Metro, which is a metronome. You can feed it a clock signal and it'll kind of put out a metronome signal for you to audibly listen to. So it's really easy to set up. I'm just here on channel 1. And, normally I would probably recommend putting this inside of a mixer channel so that, you probably don't want, the metronome taking up your whole track. So I'll come here, put a mixer channel, and then I'm going to insert a custom unit, and we will load a preset, and I'm going to go up here to Metro. And we'll load that up. I've got a clock signal right here, so you can see by default I've got it set up to G4, but you could set that to whatever you want. It could be any input besides the in inputs, but it could be G1 through 4 or A1 through D3, or it could be the output of a global chain if you want to have a clock on your global chain or something like that. But we'll just stick with G4. So here I've got a clock signal coming off of a Mordax data. Right now we're set at 80 BPM. So by default, this is set up to receive a clock signal that is 24 ppqn, or parts per quarter node, because that's kind of a MIDI standard. So if your clock is not that, I'll show you how to change that really easily, but for now that's kind of the default that it comes with. And really all I have to do is come up here and turn the volume up, and we should start hearing the metronome. And it tracks pretty well. I mean, if you increase the tempo, you may have to wait for it to kind of come around to the 1 again before it sort of all syncs up, but it does it pretty quickly. So I'm gonna come down here to the data and just turn it up to, say, 130. And there's 200. And just a couple other controls on here. So there is a pitch 1 and pitch 2. So this pitch 2 is kind of the one that happens on the 1. So you can kind of adjust those to your liking if you don't like the pitches that came installed with it. And I guess just the final note here is that, turn this down, you've got a volume control here, as well as you would have a volume control, on your mixer if you set it up inside of a mixer channel. But I guess kind of the final note here, if you do have something that is not a 24 part per quarter node, all you would need to do is come in here into this tap section, which otherwise you probably wouldn't touch. But if you come in here, there's a tempo unit, and you can see right here I've got the divisions set to 24. So, if you had a just kind of a straighter clock with a 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of a tempo on it, you could come down here and you could just change this to 4 instead of 24, and the rest of the unit should be set up to respond to that okay. So I think that is it. Hope you find this useful.